Hey there, folks. It's the E-Man here. Apologize, it's been a while since I've done a video. I've had some some health issues and probably some kind of personal issues going on, so I haven't really in a mindset to do this. But I had recently seen the Switch 2 news and all of that. I've seen the price of the console, maybe I'm not too mad about, or maybe I feel like, a lot of people wanted Nintendo to be like everyone else, and now Nintendo is kind of becoming like everybody else. I mean, the price of the console, it is what it is. I mean, well, how we're paying close to that for the price of the console, I'm not too concerned about. The biggest thing I'm concerned about is, of course, the $90 price tag for physical games. And then, of course, supposedly it's 80 on that. Of course, with tax, it's going to be close to 100. And of course, I know that I've heard that. Well, I don't know. I mean, Xbox and Sony or something were talking about games costing $100. I don't know if it has something to do with the tariffs. I've heard there's going to be like a 10% tariff for all countries. I don't know if that has anything to do with this. A lot of people are angry about the game prices, and I'm like, yeah, I mean, it does kind of stink. For those that really want to get the physical stuff, it's going to be a little bit tough. And I'm like, I'm not going to like boycott Nintendo and say I'm never going to play it, but I'm not going to be, well, I don't think I really have talked on here about when I got a PlayStation 5, go to GameStop, wait in line, and I had to pay a premium in order to get it. I had to pay like $800 to get the PlayStation 5. Yeah, I mean, I had to spend $800 on the PlayStation 5 because it was a special bundle because GameStop was concerned about scalpers and stuff, so they did that. I can tell you I'm not going to be doing that for the Switch. I'm not waiting in line to get one on the Switch 2 or whatever. Well, I've heard it's cool improvements. It's like, and it's probably going to be able to play. Like, there's already an Elden Ring has kind of been announced for it. So yeah, a lot of other a lot of games that we used to say, oh well, Nintendo's not going to be able to play that. Now Nintendo will be able to play it. Yeah, you have to get like special micro SD cards. So like the SD cards you're using with your current Switch won't be able to work. I heard there were upgrades, kind of like the PS4 to PlayStation 5 upgrades, but of course I think they're like $30. Rumors about digital game cards, I don't really know about that. But yeah, I mean the game prices, I'm not happy about it, but I'm not going to be like so angry I'm going to ban it. As I said earlier, I mean the price of the console is whatever. But the price of the games is kind of an issue. I don't know. Maybe Nintendo might change their mind down the road. Maybe this is because of tariffs or something. Maybe the production cost of the Switch 2 costing a lot more than they hoped it would. Well, I mean, I'm thinking maybe we're going to get a price reduction. I know Nintendo never really does that, but we might very well get that. Maybe if enough people aren't angry about it, because he really got to be angry about some of this stuff, or more angry than you should be, just to make sure you get the point across. I mean, I've heard of Grand Theft Auto, the new Grand Theft Auto game. I've heard that's been delayed again. That was the game they were talking about was going to cost $100. Yeah, I don't really quite get that. Well, and then it's even more of an issue if the game is bad and you don't really like the game. But from what I'm seeing, the games look good. Some games can play at 120 frames per second, 1080 screen. Yeah, supposedly 4K in docked mode. And the dock has a new fan built into it, supposedly cools it off better. The screen is bigger. But yeah, I mean, I guess the basic thing is that, Nintendo is going to charge like $10 less than everyone else's because other consoles may be charging $100 for their games. So Nintendo's like, oh, well, since they're doing it, we'll do it too. So, I mean, basically Nintendo is becoming like every other company, like doing stuff that doesn't make any sense. And yeah, I don't really understand that. I mean, I thought $70 was a lot for a game. And it's like, I don't know. Yeah, it's like you have to wait for sales, but remember, Nintendo does not like to lower prices on things. Well, they haven't in the past. A new thing I had seen, Nintendo Switch Online, they're going to be adding GameCube games, which I'm happy for that. Metroid Prime 4, that's probably the one game I really want to have. I don't think I really care about any other game except Metroid Prime 4, which looks pretty cool. Yep, and the Switch 2 will be back when it's compatible with Switch games. Some Switch games. Like, it does acknowledge that there are some Switch games that won't work on it, I think. Or they were saying that not all Switch games are compatible with it. So I guess we'll, have to figure that out. But, yeah. Yeah, special upgrades you're going to have to pay for. I don't really, The cost of the console is not going to tick me off too much. But the cost of the games is. Yeah, like if 2 games is going to cost you $160, I don't know about you, but a lot of people are having a hard time just paying their bills. With heating oil going up, everything. And then June 5th? Well, think about it. A lot of people are going to be wanting to do things over the summer. They're not going to want to spend money on a Switch 2. Yeah, I mean, I think the June release date, it doesn't make much sense to me either, because a lot of people are going to be, in the summer, we want to be running around, having fun, doing stuff. We're going to be spending money like nobody's business. We're not going to have the extra money to spend on a console. Yeah, I can tell you, I'm not going to be waiting in line at GameStop for this. Definitely not. I'm not falling for that again. Well, I know it could be argued that you could get a good gaming computer for how much, for close to what the Switch 2 is, but the original Switch was like $300. I mean, But anyway, yeah, I just wanted to put out some news. I don't usually do the news about this, but I really did want to add my comments about the Switch 2 and how I'm not particularly thrilled about it. Well, I guess on another note, supposedly, I have, as I've said before, I had, pre-ordered the analog 3D, the analog's like Nintendo 64 console. I was hoping I was going to get it back in March, but it's been delayed until, I forget when they said. I think they said June or July, which seems kind of intriguing when, Switch 2, yeah. Well, that was already pre-ordered. I mean, I can go and end my pre-order now, but I don't want to because I really do want to get the analog 3D. Yeah, and I had looked at, of course, at the console called the Polymega. It supposedly plays like all the consoles. You can get modules for it and whatever. It was supposed to be FPGA, and then it changed into regular emulation. And yeah, I'm looking at that, and that's like $600. So it's like, yeah, but I think the Switch 2 is going to have the performance and graphics that we have been kind of wanting Nintendo to have. But the Switch 2 is going to be like Nintendo's first 4K console. Of course, it said only select games can run at 120 frames per second. An LCD screen, but still a pretty good screen. What does it support? HDR and stuff? Yeah, I mean, the Mario Kart looked cool. I mean, the games look great. I mean, I'm not going to say, I don't know if that's exactly I should say $100, because with tax, it's probably going to be close to $90 for one game. I don't know. I think I remember back in the day where you could get like 2 games for $100. So, well, I know. I mean, there's inflation, there's tariffs, there's all kinds of like reasons why maybe these things have gotten more expensive. But a lot of times I feel like they just get expensive because they can. That's almost like the way the electric company is, the way utility companies are. They just want to see how much they can charge you for, how much more they can charge you for. Or like some people like to say, they like to charge you for, they want to see how much you're going to pay for what you used to get for free. That's always kind of the thing. Well, yeah, and then we're gonna get close to this age where it's like physical, digital, physical, digital. I would probably just get digital games on the Switch too. Well, yeah, imagine losing one of those games. I mean, you know how ticked I would be if I lost one of those games, or I like accidentally stepped on it and smushed it. It's like $90. Like that's another thing. You have physical games, you're gonna be afraid they're gonna get smashed. Yeah, I mean, it's like, are these cartridges like bigger than the normal Switch ones or what? You know, and of course, I know a lot of people are already saying that there's probably already people already working on getting an emulator going that can play all these games anyway. I mean, hint, hint, nod, nod, there's plenty of emulators out there for the Switch. Yeah, once the Switch isn't official, people are going to be doing all kinds of stuff with it. But, yep, that was my thoughts on Switch 2. And I hope you liked this video. Please like and subscribe if you're not already subscribed. Leave any comments you may want about stuff. Oh, yep, yep. And I thank all of you that have subscribed so far. Hopefully, I'm going to get some more subscribers. I hope. I'm going to try to get more of a better mindset to do videos. But well, I will admit I've been down in the dumps about a lot of things. But all right. I think I'm kind of getting back in the swing of things here. Alright, well, I'll see you guys later then. Bye.